Welcome to Rise Anyway, a space where we explore what it means to rebuild, to grow, and to start again. I'm Guy Christ. Every episode is a quiet reminder that no matter how far you've fallen, you can always rise anyway. Rise Anyway, Episode 15, Sir Nicholas Winton, the quiet hero of history. He began as an ordinary man in a grey London suit, a stockbroker who liked fencing, skiing, and numbers that balanced. And he ended as an old man in a BBC studio, blinking through his spectacles as dozens of people, strangers yet not strangers, stood up around him. They were the children he saved. Now adults, parents, grandparents, alive because one winter he decided not to go on vacation. Between those two moments lies a story that proves something simple and world-changing. Conscience means nothing until it becomes logistics. Nicholas George Winton was born in 1909 in West Hampstead, London, to a family of German Jewish ancestry. His parents changed their name from Wertheim to Winton, hoping it would make life smoother in Britain. They baptized him Anglican, raised him proper, and sent him into banking. He was good at it. Precise, calm, ordinary. And then, in December 1938, he cancelled a ski trip that would have changed only his own life and took a trip that would change hundreds. A friend in Prague had written, "Come see what's happening here. Refugee camps. Children sleeping in train stations. Families displaced after the Nazis seized the Sudetenland." Winton saw the chaos and did something radical in its simplicity. He asked, "Can we get the children out?" He had no organization, no staff, no clearance. Just a hotel room, a borrowed desk, and a conscience that refused to wait. He began taking applications from parents. Names, ages, photographs, notes written in trembling handwriting. Back in London, he turned compassion into process, raising money, finding foster families, and securing the £50 guarantee each child needed to enter Britain. By day, he worked at the stock exchange. By night, he matched names to homes, letters to hope, children to safety. March 14, 1939, the first transport. A plane carried a small group of children from Prague to Britain. The next day, Nazi Germany invaded Czechoslovakia. Still, the trains kept coming. 7 more between March and August. 669 children in total, each with a label around their neck and a future newly possible. There was to be a 9th train. 250 more children were ready. But on September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. The borders closed. The train never left. Winton would later say quietly, none of those children were ever heard from again. After the war, he said almost nothing. He married, raised a family, worked, retired. And then, 50 years later, his wife found a scrapbook in their attic, filled with names, photographs, and lists of children. The BBC invited him on That's Life. In 1988, he sat in the audience, unaware of what was coming. When the host asked, "Is there anyone in this room whose life was saved by this man?" Dozens of people stood up. Winton bowed his head, wept quietly, and whispered, "I just helped a little." That humility never left him. When honors came, the knighthood, the statues, the ceremonies, he deflected them all the same way. "Why are you making such a big deal out of it? I just helped a little. I was in the right place at the right time." But the truth is, history turns on people who think like that, people who believe action is just common sense. In the space of 9 months, Nicholas Winton and his network saved 669 children. Today, their descendants number in the thousands. His courage wasn't cinematic. It was administrative. It was the courage to organize mercy faster than evil could close the borders. He used his pen as a weapon, his desk as a battlefield, and his decency as an engine that never stopped running. Late in life, when asked to explain his method, he said, "If something isn't blatantly impossible, then there must be a way of doing it. That is his gift to us." Not a quote for classrooms, a rule for living. Nicholas Winton's story teaches us that goodness doesn't have to shout. It can whisper, file, sign, stamp, and send. And sometimes, that's enough to change the world. Thanks for listening to Rise Anyway. If today's story moved you, share it with someone who might need a reason to keep going. You can follow the show for new reflections every week, and remember, You can't change the past, but you can always change the path you're on.